the East Coast to the West Coast, from Canada to Mexico. It's pretty much the same. So these torches running around here, I'm going to tell you how Cherokees got fired. All right. Now these origin stories all deals with animals. The animals back in the beginning could speak, and in the beginning, the world was cold and dark. You know. So one day the animals was kind of gathered up as they did every day, and the thunder sent lightning down and struck a hollow sycamore tree on this island. And the animals saw that, and they was like, they knew kind of what it was. They seen it burning, they seen the smoke. So they held a big council, and they decided that somebody was going to have to go over there and get some fire. So Raven decided that he'd go over there. You know, he's a big bird, he's strong, and there's water, you know, and he don't have to swim, so he flies over there, and he lands on the sycamore tree, and he looks down in there, and while he's looking down there trying to think of what he's going to do, he gets scorched black. And so that's why the raven is black, and it kind of freaks him out, and he flies back and don't have no fire. So they're like, okay. The little screech owl, he says, I'll go over there. So the screech owl, he flies over there, pretty much does the same thing. He lands on the sycamore tree that's burning there, and he looks down in there. Just as he looks down in there, a puff of wind hits and blows up a bunch of smoke and debris into his eyes, and he can't hardly see, so he flies, and finally he gets back to home, and his eyes was red, and you know, the screech owl's eyes have been red ever since. And so then the hoot owl and the horn owl, they decided, well, we're going to go over there. We're bigger than that little guy. We can do this. So they do the same thing. Now, all of them has done the same thing. They've flown over there, and they've lit on top of the tree and looked down in there, and guess what? They get smoke and debris in their eyes. Well, the same the horn and the goddamn hoot owl. And so they rub, and it's like, God dang, we got to get out of here. They flow, and you know, they never could get those white rings off of their eyes. So all the birds are like, we ain't going over there no more.
Knew that I had been. Through months of cold and ice and snow, I languished in my doubt. Then something from above said, grow, and I sent up a sprout. It feels so good to stretch my stem. The frozen dirt restricts, though nothing that a birded limb and probing bee can't fix.
To Mark Twain.
Thank you. You know, I have received a good many compliments in my time. I have to tell you that I always find it embarrassing. See, I always thought they should have said more. Well, I was born modest, but I outgrew it. No, I'm just kidding. I am very pleased to be with you this evening, take part in your celebration, and I do appreciate the kind words. I do take issue with your reference to my books as being classics. I always saw classics as being books that everybody praised, but nobody reads. Now I see my books as being like water, whereas the great masters' works are like fine wine. But everybody drinks water. Yeah, this, as she alluded to, this is the 28th stop on my lecture tour called The Trouble Begins at 8.
Snowball.
But during this time that I've been out on the circuit, I've managed to gain 9 pounds. Well, it's a long tour. Well, admittedly, life on the lecture circuit can get a bit tedious at times, but I do enjoy the traveling. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-minded thinking. And clearly, many of our people need it solely for those reasons. Broad, open-minded, wholesome views of the world and man cannot be achieved if you vegetate in one little spot of the earth for your entire life. Travel should be mandatory. Now, to be honest,
No.
this is
No.
my first visit to
No.
your community of how do you pronounce it? Tahlequah. Yeah, so this is my first visit to Tahlequah. I have to tell you, I have been quite impressed, not only with the natural beauty of the place, but also, and more importantly, with your people's continued commitment to education and cultural preservation, issues that are near and dear to me, and for that, I salute you. I also congratulate you on becoming the 46th state of the United States of America. I am just tickled to be here and celebrate it with you. I almost didn't make it though. I came here by train, which I understand is also a recent addition to your community. But this particular train, it was one of those that every 9 miles I had to stop and rest. 3/4 of an hour. I talked to the conductor and I told him, I suggested that they remove the cow catcher from the front of the train and move it to the back. Because at the rate we were going, we weren't going to catch any cows. But there was nothing to prevent them from climbing on board from the rear. While I was on the train, I came across this lady that was traveling with her dog. Well, she said it was a dog. It vaguely resembled a dog. But it had a long, stretched out body and little bitty short legs. Reminded me more of a bench. Or maybe an inverted parenthesis mark. But whatever it was, she was certainly proud of it. And people were just gathering around and marveling at it. Well, this was not surprising to me. If I'd looked like that and nobody was charging admission, people would gather around and marvel at me too. Not sure it was a dog at all. Maybe on the verge of being a dog. I don't think it was a dog. I know dogs. I like dogs. I have a dog at home. Doesn't look like that. You know, the more I learn about people, the more I like my dog.
Amen. Amen.
I like cats too. I have 19 of them. Cats are remarkable creatures. They're very smart, very independent, very graceful. And you may not know this, but cats are great teachers. Yeah. You carry a cat around by his tail, and you'll learn a lesson that you can learn in no other way.